welcome back to another video. So today I am trying color blocking. I've never done it before, not a full nail with color acrylic. I've only done it like when you do the side cut or the French tip on a nail, but that's about it. So what I'm using here is my red iguana practice finger. I already glued on the tip, which is from a cart, and I have my X-Acto knife here. So we're gonna see how this goes. The inspiration was from Tony's Nails, I believe his Instagram is, and I'll make sure to leave the link in the description box below so you can go ahead and follow him. And I'm gonna put a picture right here about so you guys can see exactly what I'm gonna be doing today. Okay, so the first bead that I'm picking up is the white acrylic powder from Me Is Secret. When I picked up my bead, I did tap my brush onto the paper towel just to remove the excess monomer from the brush, because I do want my bead as dry, not as dry as possible, but dry, so I can go ahead and mold it to how I want and it won't be so watery and running all over the nail. Once I place it down, I do try to make it into the shape that I need it to be. Once I'm done doing that with the brush, I take my X-Acto knife, which I was going to use my X-Acto knife, but instead I tried using this other tool that I bought from Amazon to do the French tips. So I used that instead and it worked out pretty well. So this is the tool that I'm referring to. I did use it throughout most of the video, but then I ended up switching to the X-Acto knife because the X-Acto knife was giving me more straight lines, more straight cuts than this was. But I do use it for a little bit. So right now I'm just cutting my bead into the shape that I want it to, and I'm going to continue doing this throughout the whole video. Every time I add a bead, I'm going to cut it into the shape that I need it to be to create the design that I'm going for, which is the little rainbow heart with the black and white lines surrounding it. Alright guys, so here I'm just going to continue to lay down the beads to create the design. It's the same process. Once a new step comes up, I will come back and explain to you guys, so just keep watching. One thing I did want to mention is that when you lay down your beads, try your best not to get it on top of the other color. You want to keep your work as clean as possible and your cuts as clean and as sharp as possible too, just so your design can come out looking more cleaner, and you won't have to do so much work towards the end when you have to come back and file down. Again, just make sure to grab your bead as dry as possible and just push it up against the other color, against the wall of the other color. As you can see here, I ended up using my X-Acto knife and not the cutter anymore. The X-Acto knife was giving me more crispier cuts, but I ended up using the back of the X-Acto knife, not the sharp side of it. It worked out better for me. Okay, so at this point, I was getting kind of excited because the design was starting to come together. And I mean, who doesn't get excited when you're trying something for the first time and it's coming out so good? I mean, in my opinion, this is pretty good for my first time, but obviously I still need a lot of more work when it comes to doing this kind of design. But I was really excited. So just let me know down in the comments below how I'm doing so far. I mean, it's not supposed to be a full heart, but you can kind of see that it's coming together. All right, so at this point, I'm pretty much done with the heart and using the colored powders to create the heart. So now I'm just gonna create the, use the white and black powders for the remainder of the nail. Alright guys, so I am done laying down the colored acrylic powders to create the design. I think it came out super cute. When I saw it, I knew I had it recreated. I love the rainbow and I love the white and black on the sides of it. So next I'm gonna go ahead and file it down to get a smooth surface. All right, so next I'm just taking this tapered barrel bit. I'm not too sure what the name of it is, so I do apologize, but I'll make sure to leave it in the description box below. And I'm gonna go ahead and smooth out the surface just to remove all the lumps and bumps. And I am using my Melody Susie e-file that I highly recommend. If you're interested, again, I'll leave it in the description box below. After I'm done filing down the nail, I am gonna go ahead and cap it with the clear acrylic powder. And I did make sure to, when I was applying the colored powders, to do like thin layers, not so thin, but thin enough so I can cap it so it won't be so thick. Right, so now that I'm done making the nail smooth and removing all the lumps and bumps, I'm gonna go ahead and cap it with the clear acrylic. At this point, you are gonna wanna create the thickness of your nail and your apex. Just make sure you are swiping down the sides, the side walls to maintain the shape of the nail. All right, so now that I'm done capping the nail, next I'm taking the same tapered barrel bit just to shape up the nail just a little bit before I file it down with the nail file, and going around the cuticle, making sure it's flushed and moving the excess underneath the nail as well. All right, so now we're moving on to shaping the nail. I am using an 80 grit file, and the nail file that I'm using is from Pro Sticks that I just recently bought not too long ago. I haven't used them all that much, but I do like the grit because it's 80 and it helps me out a lot with the shaping. You could say that they are like the Tammy Taylor ones because they're peel and stick, and you can stick the grit on both sides of the handle. However, the handle is a little bit on the flimsy side, but that doesn't really bother me. I only use these for shaping and nothing else. And you don't really have to go too hard with shaping. Well, not for me. I think maybe because I'm using the 80 grit, so it does all the work, in my opinion. But I like them so far. I mean, I don't really have an issue with them. And so here I'm just gonna continue shaping the nail until I get the desired look. All right, so now that I'm done shaping the nail, I am gonna apply the top coat, and it's the one that I always use, the one from Koopa. Once I'm done doing that, I am gonna cure in the lamp for 60 seconds. And after applying the shiny one, I probably should have also tried the matte just to see how it looks. Some designs look better matte, but either way, I did like how it turned out. And just keep on watching. We're gonna go ahead and cure it, and then we're gonna look at the final results. All right, guys, so this is the final result. I liked how it turned out. So tell me who did it better, me or Tony? Of course, Tony did it better. Who am I kidding? But for my first time, I think I did pretty good. The lines aren't as crispy as I'd like them to be, but hey, there's always a next time. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.